Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. With me, as always, is Reaves. Say what's up.
What's up, people? We're back. A lot of people probably thought if there was a week we would take off, which we often take weeks off, it would be this one. You're wrong.
No,
we're here.
We're here because we're here every week.
At least one of us.
Oh,
hello.
Whose voice was that?
Let me check in and see.
Check in. Tell me, is your third mic here?
Say hello to the people, Bryan.
Hi, everyone. Sorry for missing last week. Was
Apology
my
accepted.
What happened last week? My wife's birthday, I think, is what was going on.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'll let her know you said that.
Yeah.
I will yell at her probably a little bit down the hallway and let her know you said that.
Yeah. Brian did so much planning. He took his wife out to a hockey game and then got on the Jumbotron and misspelled his name.
I misspelled my own name. That is correct.
He called it. He said, "Happy birthday, love, Byron."
The form literally said, "What you put here, we will put there." And so when it came up, I was like, "They spelled my name wrong." And I was like, "No, I did that."
Yep.
And
Now,
it's
did
okay. I've
anyone-
only had it for 39 years, going on 40. I mean, it's brand new.
Right.
I'm just taking it for a test drive still. I could just come back and get everyone any day I want to.
You barely even know what it looks like at this point. So it's
No, I know what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Sounds
how
like
could you
Byron.
spell it?
Yeah. To me, it
How
sounds
often
like
are you spelling your own name these days?
almost never. Because I don't get
it's
asked for
fine.
autographs anymore. These days, not so much.
No.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, before you were getting asked for
E-signatures.
autographs a lot. People were coming up to you. What were they saying to you? Maddie Matheson.
Yeah, and then when I put Byron, they'd be like, "What? Who is that?"
Well, who's Byron? Is that your go by?
And you're like, I don't know, who is that?
Yeah.
You're like,
Who are
I'm
you talking
Bryan.
about?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
And then they looked at you and said, "How you spell it is how I will say it." And then that was
So
that.
happy birthday, Carrie.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday, Carrie.
I'll let her
You
know.
deserve it. If you've heard some giggles and some laughs, and you're like, I can't place the other voices. This is a special episode because for the first time in a long time, we actually have guests.
Mhm.
So let's rip off the Band-Aid. The moms of Flavortown are here.
Yeah.
Debbie Pressman, they're here. Say hello.
Hello. Hey. Happy
Oh,
to be
dog.
here. Thank
There's a
you,
sous
Pod
chef
Chef.
there too.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
sous
there's-
chef here,
oh,
too.
My dog
Debbie's-
Matt decided to say hi.
So we refer to dogs as sous chefs on the
Mhm.
podcast,
Oof,
and
man.
I'm
Jeez.
we don't have enough mics for everyone's sous chef to be here. So if your sous chef does want to speak, we will mute our mics. The sous chef can speak. Reaves sous chef, if there's like a knock at the door or like a wind outside, will speak.
It's like I'm cooking.
Yeah,
You're throwing
yeah.
off my rhythm.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
So
Yeah. Also, if there's other sous chefs that he sees, he
yeah.
recognizes them as threats.
Mhm.
So
sous chefs won't stop talking to each other.
Yells at
Oh,
them.
God, for real.
Moms of Flavortown podcast. If I was a person who did no show prep, what is your podcast about?
So we recap cooking competitions. We do Top Chef, we do Tournament of Champions, and we do Great British Baking Show. And we interview lots of people we've interviewed really cool people from Top Chef. Debbie, who have we interviewed?
Name them.
Name them.
Okay.
Throw some names.
So we got some Victoire.
Kelsey,
Bernard Clark. Yeah.
Sarah Bradley. We had at least for the Top Chef folks. Who else? Oh, we had Harold Dieterl.
We did that.
Oh yeah.
We did that.
Yeah, we had Harold.
right.
We did that.
Yeah.
We have Carlos Anthony from Food Network, Justin Warner from Food Network. We have some more people coming up. Next week we have someone cool coming up.
Yeah, we do too.
We have so many cool people coming up.
But yeah, and I not to brag, but I won season 1 of Worst Cooks in America on the Food Network. So that's my cooking competition cred. It was like 1,000 years ago, so it's not recent or applicable or anything. But I was on Food Network.
Okay.
And my competition thing is that I went to high school and was good friends with Alon Hall. So
Okay.
I know his sister. I used to play Mario Kart with his sister during the pandemic. So
that's our connection.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
crazy.
6 weeks of separation, right? 6
All right, 6 weeks.
What am I talking about? Kevin Bacon and shit.
Was Alon into cooking even back then?
So I don't know. Do you consider like mixing whatever alcohol was in my parents' bar cooking? I mean, I guess that's
those are ingredients.
like
yeah.
we partied a lot in high school and a little after high school, and that's and we're still like I used to visit him at all of his restaurants, and we still chat, but yeah, it wasn't. He definitely like blossomed after he got out of high school.
So after you got away from like your like drug partying,
yeah, those hardcore drug parties.
His life took off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know even then that he would hate someone named Marcel?
I actually probably. I mean, like, it's so funny how much. I wouldn't say like there's definitely elements of some good editing for that season as far as his personality was. And he'll be the first to tell you that he's grown up a lot since then. But
good.
I mean, I don't want to ruin any friendships or anything, but
me neither.
Fuck Marcel.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, let's be real, so.
Yeah, are you guys friends with Marcel?
Brian is. Yeah.
Yeah, we go back. We were in high school together.
They would play Zelda after school together.
It's one of it's like a single player game. There was a lot of like waiting.
Yeah. It was like
you would
when
watch
I die,
him
you
play,
can take over.
right?
Yeah, and then he wouldn't die. He was really good at it.
Yeah. He wouldn't die for hours, and I'd be like, Brian, what are you doing? He's like, I'm playing Zelda. Right
Yeah. I want to really quick go back to Worst Cooks in America.
Yeah, I wanted to circle.
Let me go back
to
15 years. Came out 2010, it says.
Yes.
Ooh,
Film 2008.
Okay.
Because I will always remember because I did not get to vote for Barack Obama. Because I was
me neither. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, tough time.
That was for a different reason, right?
Yeah, different reason. We don't have to get into it, but yeah. I know what you feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sequestered and I did not get an absentee ballot.
Yeah.
So, wait, were you in jail?
Well, they didn't call it jail.
Yeah.
They called it
he was
selective
on
capture.
a trial, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on a trial, all right. Yeah.
When you asked, can I please vote? And they were like, not this time, buddy.
Not for who you want to vote for.
Yeah. We'll let you vote for, not for that guy.
Yeah.
Then I said, this might not ever happen again. And they're like, what? And I was like, the election guy. This might be the last election.
You don't have to do it anymore after this one.
Yeah.
Rachel,
That's true.
Yes.
to win a show that's called The Worst, were you the worst or the best? And what
Okay.
does that mean?
I get that this all the time.
This is a new question. Never. No, this is a very new question. This is
no.
in-depth. This
So-
is in-depth analysis. This is new.
So I was the best of the worst, most
Okay.
improved.
Mhm.
My coach was Ann Burrell, and it was like kitchen boot camp, and she taught me how to cook. So I did actually learn a lot, like for real. I learned how to read a recipe. I never knew you had to read it before I went on there. And that's like some of the stuff they tell you, and like knife skills and stuff like that. So honestly, it was actually a really good experience. A long time ago, yeah.
And she's a fantastic cook now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she won most
So
improved.
you could not audition for that show now.
No.
And get on.
But I am like pissed because they never did invite me on Chopped, and I think they should have invited me as like winners of Worst Cooks on Chopped. So like I'm pissed about that. And they have done Worst Cooks Chops, and they did not invite me. Yeah. And I'm the first winner ever, so excuse me.
You too good.
Yeah.
That's like not inviting Harold Dieterle back.
Right?
Exactly.
If this is gauche, how much you clear that $50,000 grand prize after taxes?
Okay, so it's $25,000 grand prize. And
the celebrities got what? Why did the celebrities get more than the regular folks?
Because
it's charity, probably for the celebrities. They probably have to give it to charity.
Actually.
Yeah.
Charity's important. I love.
Yeah. So I think I had to pay like a third of it to taxes. And to be honest, like, so I got that when I was like 24. And I just like really like bought a lot of rounds for the bar. I took a trip to Austin, Texas. I like partied a lot, and I think I bought a computer, and that's it. Like it was like it would have gone a lot farther today, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some sort of Dell, I imagine. At that time.
An Inspirion, perhaps.
You think that I got a Dell? I got a Dell. I do got a Dell.
Dude, you got a Dell. Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be that nerdy guy. The other
That's
guy.
True.
Yeah. Oh,
Sean Hodgman. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you were talking about how you spent your money, Bryan did say, "Thanks, Obama." I just want to put that out there so everyone can hear it again, so that he gets the laugh that he deserves.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because if you remember, she couldn't vote.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, we remember.
Never forget.
Yeah, we remember.
Didn't need it though, I guess.
Have you been on any other cooking shows?
No. I would love to. But I mean, I think that me and Debbie need to like be judges on Triple G. That's our goal, really.
That's our goal. Like every other episode, we mention how Food Network should hire us at least for like one Frangela type of dual head talking judge. You know?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Are they
I
not
love
hiring
watching that
you
one.
because you're too qualified? Is that what it is? Because you've won something already, and your resume is too stacked, and they're like, "What? This person's gonna be bored in this position."
I mean, I think that Justin Warner told us when he was on our show that Guy Fieri will not let you judge Triple G unless you compete. And I think that's what you're talking about, right? They're scared I'm going to get in there, I'm going to wipe the floor, and then they're going to cancel the show. So,
I'll do Triple G. I'll run around the store. That's a great store.
Okay, all
Beautiful
podcast episode of Triple G. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I would love it.
Yes.
Now, what would Guy call that if we were on that? Would it be the something of Flavortown? What would it be called?
Everyone just give him a second. He'll get it.
Give me a second.
I see those gears turning. That's good.
We'll circle back at some later time in the podcast.
I'll edit it in when you
edit it in. I'll just yell it out at some point in time when it comes to me, and then Bryan, you just put it back here where it makes me look good.
Wait,
Would we have
can
to
I
then?
ask?
No, please go ahead.
Can I ask you guys a quick question? So, sorry if this is off topic, but remember how we were all on a list from like something about the best Top Chef podcast, and you guys
remember?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's on my resume.
I don't have it framed behind me. Yeah.
And you guys talked a little bit of shit on us, on everybody.
No,
on
we
the
helped.
list.
We helped.
Yes,
we actually helped.
Yeah, we helped everyone get a bump.
Yeah, no, I mean, we loved it. We loved we love to listen to it. But you said when you were reading our description that TOC is actually a good show. So, do you guys like to watch TOC?
That's Tournament of Champions?
Yes, that's Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know what that is.
We all use the acronyms here, so that's fine.
Of course.
We're all family. Yeah, we're all family.
I do like it. I haven't seen the most recent seasons, though. I like how ridiculous and grand it is. I like that people have belts and there's banners.
Yes.
I think that's very fun. And there's backstage interviews that his son conducts. I think is really cool.
I'm glad that he gets his family. I'm glad that his family gets to get work. That's important.
Yeah.
I know.
That's cool as hell, man.
Biggest also, Nepo baby hire of all time.
But they don't even have to work, and they choose to work.
They choose.
I know.
And it's actually harder to get those jobs. You know what I mean? Because it's like people judge them because of their parents. So that's actually harder.
His mom was there once.
Can we talk about should we talk about Hunter Fury?
I mean, Debbie and I got in trouble once for talking too
Is there a
bad on
laptop
Hunter
thing?
Fury.
Yeah, stop.
Is there a laptop thing?
Oh no. Well, you can just say it, and I'll
He's
write a
been
letter
pardoned,
to Biden.
so I think we can
Yeah.
leave him alone now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
you got the pardon.
Yeah.
And we don't even want to talk about Ryder right now. So
Yeah, fuck that guy.
So we were drunk when we made that list, and we were talking about other people on that list. So disregard anything that we said, unless you liked it. Then remember it. Speaking of lists, I don't know if you saw the listing of a certain podcast got a Top Chef co-host.
oh my God. Okay, so I was telling you before that I think you guys are better than Pack Your Knives, by the way.
Stop.
Okay.
End of podcast
on.
forever now.
Yep.
Right after the Dale thing.
Yep.
Oh, I can add it to the end.
Yes.
Yes, add it to the end.
exactly.
I won't do that.
clip.
I know.
So this is important because I think
we've been saying this for years.
Yeah. Well, also Jamal's bearing the lead a little bit here.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, Tom Colicchio he is the reason that this podcast exists. He asked us, he chose us to be this podcast, to the official Top Chef podcast. When he heard about this, he's scared and he's pissed off because they're coming for our fucking lunch.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna take our lunch money. That's hard to compete with. So he was like, maybe you guys should combine forces with another Top Chef podcast. And we were like, what, this other Top Chef podcast?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you guys talked about him before in different episodes. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So we gotta stop these guys.
Oh, yeah, for real.
And if we all work together, we can call it Tom's of Flavortown.
There you go.
I do like
nailed
that.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Brian, just put that
I'll
back.
put that one in the back
put
there
that one
for
right
you.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
at
take
least
it out.
That's at least an episode title. And
Yeah, I
I'll
was
try to
gonna
write
say.
that down
Episode
on
title,
a
I think.
napkin.
Chef Eric is DC based, and we are in DC, two of us. And I just feel like, do I have to go to your restaurant and like
Fight
shake
you?
things up? Yeah, shake things up and like confront you on TikTok. Is that what it takes now?
I was personally hurt because he was my mentor. I took
Yeah.
2 cooking classes with him.
Not one.
I have a picture
2.
with him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was very nice to me and my wife. And now
Yeah.
it's like he turned on me
What
and
an
he's with another
asshole.
podcast. Didn't even tell me about it. So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, what do I even know you anymore?
For real.
Well, we were just talking to his publicist recently, like 3 weeks ago. And we were like,
Where's this
can Eric come on the pod, please? And she was like, oh, yeah, he'd love to, but he's busy right now. He's not doing any podcasts right now, but like maybe in the new year. And then we see this fucking news right there. A knife to the heart.
Wow. Yeah, he's
Okay.
busy not doing podcasts for sure.
So she's
doing Pack Your
bullshitting you.
Knives.
I know.
Mhm.
Here's the real question. Who needed this the most?
When you look at it from like a pure numbers perspective, we're constantly losing another host every episode.
Yeah.
It's usually 2 of us and 3 of us can't make it. We need
Yeah.
someone else to
We
come
need
fill in.
I've been trying for years to replace Brian in front of Brian. And so it's weird that they would not reach out and
Yeah.
say, we'd love to come down here.
Do you? Okay. Have you guys listened to Pack Your Knives ever?
Yes.
And if you have you listened to it now that it has Chef Ajapong on it?
Are there? I haven't listened. I want to listen to it now with Chef Ajapong, but Debbie and I don't want to speak for you, Debbie, don't really like Pack Your Knives. I think it's a little too serious, and they don't have any fun. No offense.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't listen to any serious podcasts. I actually work tangentially in podcasting. And so when I'm off the clock, I only listen to like the goofiest shit possible. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, this is what we've been saying all this time.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all the stats on Boodaloo.
No.
Damn it. I
What
want to
does
ask
that mean? What do they do? It's like It says,
Just
here's
subscribe to
what
their
it says.
Patreon and you'll know.
Yeah.
Here's what their Apple Podcast thing says. And first of all, it's out of date. Kevin Arnovitz and Tom Haberstraw, one of them is gone, bring their diehard fanaticism of the hit TV show Top Chef and combine it with their MBA analytical instincts to draft fantasy teams, interview contestants, and talk about America's food and restaurant trends.
Can I say something quickly? Is that so? My favorite podcast of all time, no offense to Pod Chef, is called Game of Roses. It's a Bachelor podcast. They do The Bachelor like it's sports. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard. So I saw Pack Your Knives and I was like, ooh, Top Chef like it's sports. That sounds hilarious. It is not funny at all.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
This is funnier.
Yeah,
Do you
funnier.
think that
We're
people
aiming for
like-
comedy.
Yeah. Do you think people like that? Because here's the thing that we're finding. People don't like what we're doing.
Like, by and large, because it's like we
Yeah.
give them comedy and then we are forced to do the Top Chef part because we're stuck in this time warp where we can never get out of and we always have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
People seem to only like the Top Chef part, but they don't like how we do it. And they don't like the
Yes.
amount that we do.
But okay, here's my thing. Listeners who actually give their feedback are assholes. Like that's the only, you know, the loudest ones are the ones that are gonna, you know, talk shit.
Squeaky wheel.
Yep.
Squeaky
Yeah.
wheel.
Needs the most grease.
No offense to your listeners. Sorry. I didn't mean to come on and insult.
No, your listeners are amazing people, and we love them, and we think they would love Moms of Flavortown also.
Yeah, it's
They
so
probably
true.
would. We should be honest with you, though, that our listeners tend to like to hibernate for a while.
Yeah.
Most of the year, and then when the new season starts, they kind of like come out of their cave.
You guys should come on then.
You guys should come back on and re-promote then because they're very awake then.
Oh,
This
cool.
time of year, they're very sleepy, maybe not checking their podcast or listening to our show. Which
So
is
they won't
fine.
hear me like talk shit about them. So that's great. Perfect.
Not
One
yet.
person will.
Oh, yeah.
Family members might, coworkers might, but
Nah.
the true listeners, haters, they aren't really here until we do a live season. Then they come out of the woodworks. That's when they want to jump in. Let's go on to Chefs I Prepared for You.
Already?
This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. We will all go. There will be a picked winner at the end because we don't vote because voting's dead. I will go first. Chefs I prepared for you last night. Spicy brown rice, taco seasoned ground bison, and roasted Brussels sprouts.
The new huge.
The floor is open for comments, concerns.
What is spicy brown rice?
So that is brown rice that is cooked in 2 parts water, 1 part beef stock, a lot of cayenne pepper and ginger.
And is the ginger there? Is that for GI stuff? Because you like what's going on with that?
No,
Spice.
it's I forgot there's garlic in there. So it's ginger garlic rice with cayenne pepper to spice it up.
Okay.
Excellent.
And then you also had taco seasoned bison
Mm-hmm. That's just bison with salt, pepper, and taco seasoning.
from the little packet.
Yeah, the packet.
No, from Spiceology. Come on, dog.
I mean,
Come
the
on.
packet.
Come on, dog.
I mean, it knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
I know the packet knows what it's doing, but I can't use the El Paso packets anymore. They
Not
don't let me.
anymore.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, no.
The lawsuit continues.
I was gonna ask.
Exactly.
Do you want to tell everyone the full story, Jamal? We don't have a lot of time because we're in.
Yeah, we're
Chefs
in
Prepared for You,
Chefs I
but-
Prepared for You. Long story short, don't try and eat it at the store. Like, don't try and open it and eat it at the store. That was a
Yeah.
mistake I made.
They can find
I
out
thought it
real
was like-
easily.
Yeah.
It's all
I
over
thought it
your
was like
mouth.
grapes. You know how people can just walk around eating grapes and then pay for the bag at the end? I thought I could just eat some taco seasoning, lick my finger, put it in the thing while I'm walking around touching other
Yeah.
stuff. I thought it was fine. Apparently, there's a big problem with that. So,
No, it's not a licking. What's those things called? Dip and stick?
lick and stick.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy something?
Yeah.
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 So, lesson learned. Won't do it again.
That's a shame.
roasted Brussels sprouts. What are you roasting those bad boys? And you put syrup on that, or you put what are you
No,
doing
it was
there?
very plain: salt, pepper, and garlic. It was very plain.
Can I ask, is the bison like a loin or ground?
No, it was ground bison. Yeah. It was a choice between bison and venison. I went with the bison.
You game
That's-
guy.
Yeah, game
Big game guy.
feast.
I love
game guy.
eating game, playing game.
I don't play
Recognizing
games.
game.
I'm an adult.
Game.
I don't play games.
Yeah.
We really
Game
need
not
this
anymore.
game.
at the end of Chefs I Prepared for You so that we can
Yeah.
transition.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Chefs, I procured for you tail up goat. This is a nice DC restaurant.
Yeah.
We've been a couple of times on our way there. I turned to my wife and I was like, I feel like we're regulars there. And she's like, we've only been there like 3 times. In
So
like
your
5
wife
years.
went with you this
They
time
know me.
after the ramen thing?
Oh, after the ramen incident. Well, we
Your
went to
wife.
sit down. So that's a good point.
Okay,
Yeah. After
okay.
the incident last, everyone listened to the episode.
Yeah. everyone
We
knows.
decided it's best that rather than send me to hunt and gather and pick up the food, which I failed doing,
Mhm.
we would go
One
there
job.
together and make them make it for us while we were there. Sit down, make
Mhm.
it for us. So we got, what do we get here? Grilled focaccia with chicken liver parfait
Watch your language. Watch your language.
and candied rosemary.
Nice.
Wow.
Gross. What is that? I don't like rosemary.
It's
yeah,
rosemary.
Bryan
that's
really
real
does
sweet.
hate rosemary.
I don't like it.
I
Too
think
strong.
I made like roasted potatoes for Bryan once with rosemary. He was like, nah. Yeah.
Too strong.
He hates rosemary.
Kind of tastes like Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like eating a Christmas tree.
Yeah, like eating a Christmas tree.
Well,
You ever
that
eat a
I
Christmas
like.
tree?
That I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you can't have live Christmas trees anymore, right?
Yeah.
No.
Gobble them up.
Does the plumbing afterwards?
Cleans you out, though, I would imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of comes out looking like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. The ornaments hurt.
Yeah. Well, I keep telling you stop eating peppers with it. I don't know why you keep doing that.
I gotta taste it.
And then I got some lion's mane mushrooms. Those were very tasty. And there
What
was
were
some
they
seasoned
pasta with black truffles. It was very good.
Mm.
What are
was
the
good.
lion's manes seasoned with?
It was almost like it was deep fried. No joke. Which I have no idea how you would do that with a
Okay.
mushroom.
Yeah.
I guess they must have softened it, maybe put it in the oven ahead of time and then deep fried it because it was like crispy. I've never had
Wow.
a mushroom like that before. It was really good.
Wow. Maybe they dried it out in the oven a little bit.
I feel like from what I've seen on watching TV shows about food, you can throw anything in hot oil and it'll cook it.
Mm.
Oh, actually, M&Ms are the one thing that there used to be a fry shop a couple of blocks away from me, and they said that M&Ms are the one thing that you can't really fry. It just like kind of explodes the moment you.
Wow.
It's always the one thing you want, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Did you get
That's
a
what we
little
do.
beverage with this meal?
We had a little wine. We
Mm.
we
Ooh.
each had a glass of wine and thought
Red.
we looked at the menu and we were like, "What is the cheapest wine that you have?" We said, "We'll have
Nice.
2 of those, please."
Mhm.
I don't remember. It was like a Bordeaux of some kind.
Mm.
Yeah, we had that, and that was it. And then we had to, go away because we had tickets for the theater afterwards.
Oh.
For the theater.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
For the theater.
We went to the theater. No big
What
deal.
did you see? I know
Yeah,
this
what
is
did
not
you
part of
see?
the show, but
And Juliet.
Ooh la la.
what was
Yeah.
your favorite song from this jukebox musical known as And Juliet?
I liked whenever they did a boy band song.
Mm.
Okay.
Isn't that the whole thing?
Yes. It was, and I knew very little about it going in. And then,
Uh-huh.
after the second song, I was like, "Oh, I think I get what we're doing here, what it is." But it was fun. People had a good time. There was confetti.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
nice.
Songs of Flavortown.
Mm-hmm.
Tom was better.
Oh.
Chefs, last night I procured for you, because that's what I do, General Tso's tofu, and one shrimp egg roll, and my lovely wife got vegetable lo mein. And here's the story:
Mm.
my food no good, her food pretty good.
Hold on.
Ate hers.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Brian, I'm gonna need you to redo that. You cannot talk about Chinese food and then talk that way and say my food no good. So
That's
Why
not
was
what
it-
I was doing. That's not
do
what
it
I was
over again, please. You cannot talk like that
I
anymore.
won't take it again, but that's not what I was doing.
Okay,
What-
that's what it
You
sounded
sound like Heather.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
sound like Heather in this episode. So be careful.
Big bully.
That's rude.
I'm just worried that your
Uh,
dish is too Asian. So I want you to.
What was bad about your food? Why did it taste so bad?
It just was kind of orange, and
Oh my God, Brian.
it didn't have a great flavor. I think is what I didn't like about it.
Okay.
Was this a new restaurant that you
No.
ordered?
No, but it's one that we don't go to. It's the closest Chinese restaurant to us,
Mm.
which was the reason that we went there, because we went during the intermission of a hockey game,
Maximum
and
effort.
Theater.
and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't great. Here's a funny thing though: her vegetable lo mein had cauliflower in it.
Wow. Like
Have
as
you ever-
noodles?
No.
No,
Hmm.
instead of like broccoli in the
Mm.
vegetable lo mein, cauliflower.
Hmm.
Why are they doing
That's
that?
interesting.
I don't know.
They ran
Technically,
out
they're
of
the same
broccoli?
thing.
Are they?
Pretty much.
Are they?
Kinda.
You have a cauliflower party and a broccoli party. Is that really the same party?
Which one am I invited to?
You know which one you're invited to. You know which
Cauliflower.
one you're invited to.
Yeah, cauliflower.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
you
yeah.
got one shrimp roll. Is that what it was?
yeah.
Why was it only one? Just because it was just you? Usually those come in a
Yeah.
pack of two, right?
This comes in
Yeah.
a one.
Huh.
Mm.
Huh. Uno shrimp roll.
$1.95 for a single shrimp roll.
Mm.
And here's what everyone. Let's all hold on. Let's everyone say how you eat an egg roll. What I like to do is I like to get it out there when it's really hot,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to bite the top off that bad boy. Then I crack open a duck sauce,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mhm.
pour it inside, hope that it gets all the way to the bottom. I just hope that it just sizzles its way to the bottom. And if it doesn't, I take a bite, put more on.
Pour more in.
Take a bite.
Take a bite.
put more
Put
on.
more in.
Is that do all have the same experience there?
Yeah.
No.
I see Debbie.
Have you
ever-
Debbie was
Whoa!
agreeing. Okay, Rachel's not.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I do soy sauce in the egg roll.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is crazy.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, the method I do the same, but I also use a little mustard as well. as
That's
the duck
also
sauce.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, me and
like
Debbie are
mustard.
New York Jews, and New York Jews take Chinese food very seriously. Also, so keep that in mind, please.
I lived in New York, but I am a Gentile. So
Ah,
Yeah.
And
see.
you're, I guess, really into New Jersey. We talked
Yeah.
about that, right?
Mm.
yeah.
Have either of you tried taking a steak knife and like inserting it kind of to the bottom of the egg roll and then pouring
Ah.
the sauce in, so it has a river to go to?
I feel like that's a little too much work for my
Okay.
taste, but
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
It's just after you bite off the top, just stick it in, pull it out, pour.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
right.
Yeah.
Let
A
us know how that
steak
works.
knife. Get the sharpest knife you got to push through cooked
Well,
cabbage and
Well,
shrimp.
here's why: a butter knife, it might get caught in the cabbage, and then you're just
Mm.
pushing cabbage. Where a steak knife will cut through the cabbage.
Mm.
What about you just shove a chopstick in there, make more
That
of like
too.
a circular hole?
Yep.
Mm.
That might work, but you also, I think you have more control with the steak knife
Mm.
than the chopstick. Chopstick might slide too much. So I'm just
Poke out
saying.
the other side, and then
Yeah, poke out the other
none of it
side.
stays in there.
Then you've got an egg rolled on a stick. So
Mm. Mhm.
I'm done.
That was
Okay,
nice.
Do we go?
oh,
Please.
please,
Yes, please.
please.
Okay, so last night, chefs, I procured for you
We love it.
brick oven pizza, which is half plain, half locally sourced pepperoni with a
Mm.
dusting of
Wow.
Parmesan cheese
Mm.
from New Park Pizza in Howard Beach, which is our favorite Queen's pizza place in my family. And then we went to look at the Christmas lights. It was a beautiful night.
Wow. Now,
Mm.
I don't know
That's
if you know
nice.
this, but I spent the pandemic learning how to make Detroit style pizza.
Ooh.
Mm.
Reaves has had this pizza multiple times. He already said it should win awards and end wars.
Wow.
So when you say locally sourced pepperoni, where do they get the peps from?
Oh.
Do you know?
I was making that up to sound cool.
Oh, okay.
It worked.
It worked on me. I was like, that
I
sounds
thought that's
cool
what
as
I was
hell.
supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to sound like I was bullshitting Tom Colicchio, right?
Oh, that works so well.
In theory, that's what it's supposed to be, but
Yeah.
we don't really do that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like freaking out a little bit the whole way towards my turn, so I'm glad that I can just throw it out there.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to
can.
do it a fun way, please.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, chefs, for you today, I have procured
Oh,
a cranberry bean stew with locally sourced kale from Target and a freshly baked ciabatta bread to dip.
wait, you made this or you bought this?
I made it, but I bought the kale from Target.
You got
My
it
locally
prepared.
sourced Target.
Locally sourced, yeah.
That's a prepared for me.
Yeah.
Shelf to table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cranberry
Yeah.
bean.
So you get a little bit of sweet tart with your nice bean, right?
So cranberry beans are an actual bean. It's like a form of kidney bean.
Who?
Wait,
Yeah. I knew
know.
that. That's why I didn't jump in.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah.
Cranberry
They're just
beans.
like red speckled beans. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I saw them and I was
Oh, I've
like,
seen
oh,
these.
those are cool looking. And then that's usually what a lot of my supermarket shopping happens is like,
you make a lot of bread?
I don't. My husband used to bake a lot in the beginning of the pandemic. I would sourdough ruined me. I tried to be a sourdough person and that was just like the end of it.
I feel like, I'm on the verge of thinking about making a sourdough pizza dough for my pizza adventures. And every time I read about it, it kind of looks like I'm like cooking an alien egg.
Yep.
And I feel like every person I see do a video about sourdough is like they've lost part of their sanity.
Yeah.
And it will never be recovered again.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned. So
Yeah.
this is good to know.
Yeah. I love a pizza sourdough pizza though. I think that's excellent.
But at what cost?
Yeah.
And you have a child?
I have 2.
You can take care of a sourdough little gunk in the jar.
Mm-hmm.
You've raised a person.
I
can't
keep plants alive and I can't keep sourdough alive, but I can keep kids and animals alive. So
those are the 2 tests before you're supposed to have kids, right?
I know.
Keeping plants and sourdough starter alive.
Whoops.
I also have seen these beans before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's what they're called? Okay.
I specifically said cranberry bean because I thought it would sound. I mean, they were
It
cranberry
did.
beans, but
It did.
And it fooled me,
fancy.
too.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
it's
my.
time to pick a winner. I will go first. I'm going to pick Rachel for the
Ooh.
locally sourced pepperonis.
Okay.
Mm.
And I will go second. And I will pick Debbie
Ooh.
for helping me learn something.
Aw.
Gosh.
You
I'm
can't
gonna-
vote for yourself, Brian. Pick yourself.
No,
can't-
those are the
you-
rules. Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
pick
you
yourself.
can't vote for yourself. You
You can't pick yourself.
No one votes anymore. I think these beans are beautiful. I'm gonna go Debbie too, Rachel. I'm sorry, but these beans are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
You guys get to vote too, though, so you guys can
Yeah.
stick it to us.
I'm gonna vote Reaves for the crispy mushroom because that sounds delicious to me.
Good job, Reeves.
Yeah. This is hard. I would say Rachel
Yeah.
because I just have to she's my buddy.
Oh no! Now I look
Okay.
like a real bitch because I didn't pick you, Debbie.
Well, here's the issue now.
Uh-huh.
Rachel and Debbie have tied
You've tied.
picks,
Yeah.
so now
Oh.
we all have to repick, and we
Oh,
can't,
no.
we can't pick who we picked last time.
Yes.
And you can't
So-
pick
and
yourself.
you can't vote for yourself.
Okay.
So I'll go first. I'll pick Debbie.
Yeah, I'll go second. I'll pick Rachel.
I'll go third. I will pick Rachel.
Ah.
Okay, so then I have to pick. I can't pick Debbie because then it's another tie. So I pick Jamal.
Hmm.
And I pick Rachel again. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rachel wins. This is
did
how picking is doing now in 2024.
I love it.
That was great. If we all had a potluck, who here thinks that they would make the best meal?
Ooh. What season are we talking about? Is it like
Summer.
right now? Oh,
It's
summer.
summertime. It's
Summer.
summertime.
Mm.
So Debbie and I are both huge farmers market bitches. Like so I think that Debbie would bring the best because
I
she
literally
gets
live
up
across
and-
the street from the farmer's market, so it makes it
What a dream.
pretty easy. I know,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That is a nice dream.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we accept your challenge. Game on. We'll be
All
right
right.
back after this.
All right.
Yeah, we'll take the Acela down to DC and see you at the potluck.
Yeah.
Punch up.
Season 9, Episode 7, Game On. We're here with the moms of Flavortown, and Reaves is going to walk us through this episode.
Wait, usually you say before we
I
get
do.
started.
Before we get started, do you guys like Top Chef?
You guys ever seen Top Chef before?
Never, ever.
Here's what happens most of the time. People go, "Yeah, I've seen a few," and then they start talking, and then they stop and they go, "Oh no, wait, I'm talking about something else."
Hell's Kitchen or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get deep into it, and they'll be like, "No, wait, I'm talking about Chopped."
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
are you
you
actually
two are-
asking us if we see?
Oh, yeah. You
Oh.
two are. We're now in the very serious portion of the podcast.
Okay,
now.
Yeah.
so I mean, we've definitely seen both of us seen all of it. I'd say.
Yeah.
I binged it until like maybe 5 years ago. I like hadn't seen it, and then and I'm obsessed. Debbie and I recap. This season like really like brought me back because there's some heavy hitters this season, like Naisha and Edward Lee are like household names now, and
Mhm.
I forgot
Mhm.
they're both in this season. I love Top Chef. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Top Chef too. And this season, I forgot about as much as I love like Pee Wee Herman in this season. Beautiful, like an icon. But I forgot how absolutely horrible most of the people were on this
Yeah.
season.
Watching this gave me like PTSD of like remembering all this stuff.
When you watch old seasons, everyone's really mean and bad.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
seasons, there's none of it, and you kind of
Yeah.
miss some of it. But then you
Yeah.
watch old seasons, there's too much of it.
Yeah.
Well, and they had like this is when they still had like the Watch What Happens Live reunions with like Andy Cohen being like, let's go over the drama. I'm not your bitch, all that stuff.
Yeah, it feels like the new seasons are a lot of British baking show.
Mhm.
They told them, look, let's be positive. Let's all get along. Let's all,
Support each
especially during
other.
the pandemic seasons, they were very much like, we're in this together.
Yeah.
And I did miss people being cutthroat a little bit.
I like a cattiness every once in a while. I like, having a little bit of that drama. Especially like I separate Top Chef and Great British Bake Off. Like Great British Bake Off should not be catty or mean or anything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Top Chef is allowed to be. It's a Bravo show. Like
Yeah.
let's be real. But this season, I feel like it was like people were obnoxious in the first few seasons, and then they kind of like eased off of it a little, and then they came back to this season and they were like, let's just throw all the worst people together.
hmm
Yep.
Yeah.
And the producers are working. There's like, we'll talk about it later, but there's some producer fuckery that happens very early on.
Oh, yeah.
That they know what they're doing, and they live for their messy bitches that live for the drama. That's what this is all about.
Do you guys act like you don't know who won, or do you act like you already know?
I know, we know who won.
Like, can I say?
Oh yeah, we know who won. Of course.
I've
We've seen the show.
all
Okay.
the seasons.
No, but I just want to know if
Totally.
you guys like don't say it. But like, and then you also have like the other wrinkle of like a canceled winner this
Yeah.
season.
I know.
So it's just like it's like watching a train wreck where you're like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But like the other person who would have won if Paul didn't win is also terrible. So like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus. It's just
It is kind of fun though. I mean, not with the Paul thing because that was kind of it's like there are levels to this shit. But like when we were watching the last season with like Mike, Isabella, it's like you're just kind of like you what we can do as a joke podcast is make little like inferences of being like, well, this guy, it doesn't happen to him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Or there's little things that come up and you're like, oh well, we can see where this comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone loves a heel. Like, it's fun to have that kind of shit going on.
Yeah,
of
course.
I know. Don't do wrestling references.
Yeah, do you want to talk about wrestling?
Yeah, we're actually
Sorry, I'm actually talking about The Bachelor right now.
Okay, I was gonna ask if either of y'all wanted to go to those Hammerstein ballroom shows that happened over the weekend.
I mean, I absolutely, actually, but we can talk about that later.
We can talk about it now.
Bryan always wants to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I even have
the best place to
I
do it.
have in my notes thing. I was like, how can I make the game into a Triple H thing?
Well,
So if you guys think of it, please bring it.
You're doing a lot of editing, so do you want to throw in the theme
do you want
song?
to throw that in?
Dun.
No,
could
because
do
they
it.
take it down a lot.
Oh yeah, Spotify's always on our ass.
Spotify takes what down?
They'll like
Our episodes?
Podcast.
if I put. There's got to be some reason people aren't listening, right?
Are you getting?
I think it's getting taken down.
I have not heard that we're getting taken down. You have not expressed this to the first and second host of the podcast.
No, when we do Restaurant Wars and I've put in Fortunate Son, it'll get hit a few times.
Spider-Man,
the song.
no. Spider-Man theme,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, when I play the
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man theme song underneath most of the talking, that usually goes okay.
And the AI on
fine.
Spotify, don't title that for one of the chapters, because then they're going to retroactively go back and cut all our episodes that have the Spider-Man theme.
Why was I doing that?
I don't
remember.
Because it's
why.
cool as hell. Let's
yeah, obviously.
It's a good theme song too.
Yeah.
Spider-Man from Queens.
Yeah.
All right, Reaves, you want to take it?
They're like,
Let's jump into it. So this is Top Chef, Season 9, Episode 7, Episode 128 overall. Game On. Original air date, December 14th, 2011.
Hold on. I'm hearing a sous chef come in.
Yeah,
A sous chef.
she was knocking
Okay.
on the door.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going. Sorry, Reaves.
She's like, Chef, can you taste this?
The sauce is broken. Try it again.
Yeah, you're like, throw it out. Start again. So
It turned into scrambled eggs. She was making the she was doing the egg thing. It turned into scrambled eggs.
yeah.
she was like, look what I did. Fix this for me. So the number of viewers we have here is 1.74 million. So
Where the numbers are down from last season.
down,
Yeah, they
down,
really
down.
are.
Last season was an all-star season though, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Man,
so that
makes
draws.
sense.
But it is
Big
down.
time draw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So our location, of course, is Dallas, again, Fort Worth. We open on the contestants back at the hotel, and they're down to the Dirty Dozen. 12 is at Ed says that and then smiles, big smile, so proud of himself.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dozen.
Hey,
When was
came
this?
up with that.
2011.
Yep.
When was
Yes.
D12 popular?
Early 2000s, right?
Yeah,
what you
like
guys
yeah,
did?
almost
You
8
met-
years earlier than this, I think. So
Yeah.
those green and yellow, purple pills. That's what he was thinking of when he said that.
Oh.
Ty Lore is complaining about being on the bottom or the middle, and he's like, I'm going to turn that around. I'm done with that. I'm going to turn that around this episode. And he does. Good for him.
Mhm.
Wait,
Does-
do you guys know, is that his given name?
Okay,
Or is
so
that...
the other day, I sent Rachel an article because I was actually trying to research this, and I couldn't find the answer, but I did find some really obnoxious interviews he did.
Oh.
So I'll send those through.
I think that is his given name.
Ty Lore?
I mean,
Tyler.
but what's worse, is that his name is Tyler or that his last name is Boring? That's
His
pretty
real last
bad
name?
too.
Is that his real last name?
So
Yeah.
I think that his real name is Tyler Boring, but he changed the look of his name
Hmm.
because he was
To be not
self-conscious.
boring.
Yes.
It was
For
judged.
Hollywood.
It's judged.
He's judged. Yeah.
It's judged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's my name. Tyler is my
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
It's
does
just
your
a little bit.
Why does your tattoo say TYLER then?
True story. When I went to sleepaway camp, a Jewish camp. There was too many Rachels, and I changed my name to Raychill. Raychill. True story.
Nice.
Fucking
Yeah.
rules.
Why did you
That is
stop
awesome.
doing
You should
that?
still do that.
Yeah,
That
that should
fucking
still be
rules.
your
And
name.
people started calling me like Chili. You know.
Oh,
that
Yeah, too
you
many
need
Wow.
to do that.
Jewish camp.
Yeah.
Too many
Off
Rachels. You
nickname?
can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Chill.
sense. Was that at least your like AIM username when you were like chilling on AIM? Was it Ray Chill?
You know what? I gave it up right away as soon as I left Jewish camp.
That's a shame.
Sorry.
So
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's
they
bring it
called you
back.
Chili.
Left
They
her
didn't
at
call you
camp.
Chill Out or Ray Gun. Nothing
No,
like
no, they
that.
called me like Chili Ray, Chill Ray, you know, things like that. yeah.
Chili Ray, I like
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Not a lot of comedy writers at this camp.
Oh no! I mean,
Mm.
you'd think so because it's a
Eventually,
bunch of
yes,
Jews.
yeah.
Yeah,
but,
eventually.
yeah. But a lot of people were like extremely serious. There was like me and this one other guy who were like kind of the funny ones, and everyone else there was like very like, "This is why we love God." You know, no offense to God, I love God, but you know, so
Okay.
Just
anyway,
not Jesus. No, we get it.
yeah,
I think you should go back to using Rachel.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
That's good. No, so they go back to the kitchen, and who's there? Our friend Tim Love, Top Chef Masters, and he's there with Padma. We've seen this guy a lot. He's always around.
He's really trying to bring like good old boy
Mm-hmm.
like energy to this thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is that who he is? He's like, my game. I do game once a year. My
Mhm.
friends and blah blah blah. And like, it's not how he reads.
Yeah, he's very metrosexual.
Yes,
Mhm.
which you could use back then because that's what they're doing back then.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's what they're doing back then.
Mm-hmm. Frosted tips.
The quick fire challenge here. So the chefs were shown several varieties of tequila, and they are given 30 minutes to create a dish that pairs well with the tequila of their choice. So there's a bunch of
Commercial.
varieties of yeah.
Commercial.
This is a
Mhm.
full-on commercial.
It's a Don Julio commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Don Julio alcoholism commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial for alcoholism.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Dakota, straight edge, right? She has the X on her hand, straight edge for sure.
Yeah. Well, when she comes out, she does the thing on the ground. She X's on the ground. Yeah.
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 And checks her watch. It's
Yeah,
clock time.
it's clock. Yeah.
She immediately grabs the big bottle. And like, of course, we don't talk about if she tastes it or not. We don't go there. But she's like, she knows what she wants, gets it, and moves on.
Mm-hmm.
But like, at no point was it talked about. Like maybe in the reunion, she's like, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't know substances in my body. You know, I'm straight edge.
Yeah.
I've got a straight edge.
But I mean, like, I guess with cooking, you cook the alcohol off, like, you know, right?
But it's pairing. In
Yeah.
theory, she should know
right.
what it tastes like. To like, well, everyone knows what tequila tastes like. It tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, but the nice nuances of Don Julio tequila. Mm-hmm.
This shit tastes like my mouth is on fire.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask. So Tim Love hints at that tequila is something that should be sipped on rather than like thrown and mixed in drinks or
Yuck.
whatever. Does anyone here sip on tequila? I've tried it and it wasn't for me.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I don't-
not a thing for me.
I can
Don't
barely
sip
shoot
it.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only ever taken it as a shot or mixed it in a drink and then sipped the drink, but not tequila by
I'll
itself.
sip a drink with tequila in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There
I
is
just
one
haven't.
thing I know about tequila, though, that it does make her clothes come off.
hmm
Of course.
And that's
So-
a country song. Who don't know what I'm talking about. Seems like Debbie and Rachel got it. Hopefully.
There's no
It's
immunity.
a song. It's a song. It's a song.
No immunity, but you do win $5,000 after taxes. Who knows?
Why no immunity this episode? Oh, because they're doing pairs. That's
Yes, because Paris, it wouldn't be fair.
why. Double up. Yeah.
So the chefs get cooking. Sarah's making a risotto with Blanco
Scary.
tequila.
Oh, it's a good idea. Oh, it's a good idea.
Scary.
You're making a
Scary.
big mistake. Yeah, I was terrified.
It's
for
gonna
her.
be okay this time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know that we call it riz uh-oh?
No, we call it risotto. No.
Ah.
Oh no, the first one got a better laugh. That's the
Because it's
t-shirt.
what we call it.
I thought we call it risotto. No.
No,
as in,
sir.
oh no.
Risotto.
It's risotto.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go call that t-shirt guy.
Lots of people are doing tequila with oysters. It's what Bev is
Oyster-
doing. Chris is
Mhm.
doing too.
Top Chef cheat code. Oysters, scallops.
Clams.
Fucking what's his
Crudo.
face does oysters with whatever you call it on top of it. Eggs.
Mm-hmm. Aguachile.
Fish eggs.
Fish eggs.
Mhm.
And Tyler says he developed the dish on a beach in Thailand, which is like so like pretentious white boy, right? Like,
A lot of that. We get
Yeah.
that one other woman says that I lived in Mexico for 3 years. Okay, chill.
Yeah. She won't
Yeah.
stop saying that. She's like, I actually used to live in Mexico, so I know a lot about tequila. Yeah, right.
I would love a
Lindsay.
shot of someone coming up to them like, "Hey, does anyone here live in Mexico?"
She did a salmon dish, and her skin did look crispy. I looked at that skin.
It
I was
did.
like, that
Yeah,
looks
it
good.
looked. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grayson tells us that she never drinks tequila.
She a beer girl.
Yeah, I'm a beer girl.
Mhm.
And Chef Love says, wait, where are you from?
Yeah.
She's like, Wisconsin. He's like, okay, I know. Tequila outlawed in Wisconsin.
So this quickfire is also when Heather like starts the to warm up for this episode because Ed, they do a cut to Ed saying he made a cactus and fennel salad or something.
Oh, they
And
are.
the look, yeah,
They are.
the-
She's serving
the-
face this whole
yeah,
time.
the look she gives in the background is like, the fuck is that?
They keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's so shady.
that's not
But
my
then-
rustic style.
But then she serves her dish, and the judge is like, "Yeah, I mean, this is like a new special at a new chain
That
restaurant."
fucking ruled.
man, just her
Freaking
face
destroyed her.
dropped.
Yeah,
That
Uh-huh.
rule. It looked.
Yeah.
It was like fried shrimp on
It
a bag of
looked-
salad.
Yeah.
I
It
could
looked-
do that.
yeah. It looked like something you get at Fridays at
Yeah.
like happy hour.
Totally.
With your unlimited margaritas. That
Yeah,
was her
yeah.
Don
thing.
Julio margaritas. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the last thing I order if I'm at all you can eat. If I'm at Shrimp Fest,
Uh-huh.
I'm not ordering a salad with shrimp on it.
No.
It's
fuck
coconut shrimp every time.
Mhm.
Keep them coming.
Okay, we're going.
So you have to finish. We have no. I'll be done. Don't worry. I'll be done when you get back. I promise.
I don't want to wait.
I apologize. It's called Endless Shrimp, not Shrimp Fest. I apologize.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I once made a very good joke that did not take off. It said "Endless Shrimp, end this shrimp," based off the bumper sticker that said "Endless War, end this war." See, it's good.
Got a good bump
That
here.
works. So on the bottom, like we said, Heather, we got Chris because his chicken was way too dry. Tylor pointed
Why
out
are you
that.
making chicken breast on fucking top?
I
Chef?
know.
Have you
Oh,
seen
man.
the show, my friend?
Yeah.
It's
God.
peasant garbage food.
Yeah.
I just until this episode I forgot about Chris Jones. I'm like, what a silly guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's funny. He's a funny
His
looking
choices
guy. He makes
every
good
week
choices.
are like, "How are you still here? Your
Yeah.
buddy got sent home."
Like, and that guy like thought it was a good idea to be like that, you know?
I know. Yeah, when they go back about his history at one point in the season, was it this episode where he's like talking about how he was like really feeling down on himself because of, and then this is what he came up with as his new look and
Yeah.
personality.
Hmm.
You know,
I think he did it.
I think
It
he
works for me.
maxed out his character. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I think he spent his experience points well.
yeah.
On the top here, we got Chris, Lindsay, who of course is from Mexico, apparently, and then Tylor and he did the 1942 steamed
Clams.
clams, which like he was doing the clams, and Paul looked over and he was like, "Oh man, buddy, I should have done those clams." He just threw his dish in the
I love
trash. He's
that
like,
take.
"Buddy, I can't believe I should have thought of that."
I love that take. I can't fuck clams. Shit.
No way, it's over. And yes, Tylor, he wins. He's very happy about it. He says he wants to prove that his food is rocking off the chart.
Oh, I love rocking off the chart. I wrote rocking off the chart down too.
Rocking
Amazing.
Off the chart. charts.
You know that old saying that we all say, rocking off the chart.
If you're doing rock, you don't want it to be on the charts. That's very anti-rock.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
It's got to be
Yeah.
off the chart.
I need this to be off the chart.
Yes.
I went to Gabriel Morales' restaurant today, O Mateo, and as I was leaving, they said, "How'd you like the food?" And I said, "It was rocking off the charts."
Yeah.
Biggest compliment you can give a chef.
Biggest
Yes.
compliment you can give a chef. And I was like, "Thank you so much. You're welcome."
So Padma says, like a professor in college, it's like, look to your left, look to your right. One of those people is going to be paired with you in this challenge.
And uh-oh.
Cut to
no.
Bev and
How
Heather.
could this happen?
Yeah.
What?
How?
Huh?
Yeah.
Bev and Heather.
Producers,
Those
cut.
two?
Like, move some
you
people
there,
around.
you there.
You two switch.
They're like, why?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's a height thing. We want
Yeah.
a height thing. It's better for the camera.
Yeah.
Levels
Better
are
for the
good.
camera.
Yeah.
You guys look like a sound bar now. That's good.
So the elimination challenge here, working in teams of 2, the chefs must serve a game dinner. So they're each assigned a specific game. We'll go through these. They have time to shop and cook, prep ahead of time, and then they go to Tim Love's restaurant and they will cook there for specific judges. This is where it gets a little convoluted.
It's friends of Tim Love's
Yes.
favorite game meats they're making for them.
Yeah.
And also a couple
Could-
of other contestants will
Yes.
taste it, and at the
Yeah.
end they'll vote. It's a little convoluted here.
Yeah.
So let's go through the teams. So we have the team that has Boar, that's Lindsay and Chris. Duck, that's Bev and Heather. Louis. Elk, Grayson and Chris.
Known as Bever from going forward.
Bever, thank you. Quail is Ed and Tylor. Venison is Dakota and Naisha, and Squab is Paul and Sarah.
Are these boring game meats? They seem like
Yeah.
game meats that they
Yeah.
use all the
It's
time
basic.
on the show.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
duck
Yeah.
seems like a stretch for game meat.
That's
really.
come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That's not really game. I
Yeah.
mean, that's normal waterfowl. Put an alligator in there.
I want
Put
to.
a-
Yeah, well,
put-
like
put-
that one guy's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of Tim Love's friend told a harrowing story about a friend of his, in finger quotes, that rode a gator at one point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he proceeded to
keeps saying-
terrify everyone at dinner.
And they're all like,
It doesn't hit. It doesn't land.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't land. He keeps saying he never says alligator. He says gator a
Yeah.
bunch,
Yeah.
Gator.
which I find
Yeah.
very funny and specific.
That
My friends
did
would catch
not.
gator. They would wrestle gator. They jump on a gator out of a kayak. They'd take a canoe.
Yeah. It was a small.
did not-
It was a small gator, though.
It was a small gator.
This was my friend. It wasn't me.
He was like, only
But I
you
was
can't, you
there.
can't catch the big gators. It's little gators. So he
This is
starts
a
really
little
good.
We can wrestle the little ones.
Them little ones that come out when you got marshmallows with them gators.
Yeah, he really shocked the brow. Like they cut to him, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Whoa," shaking his head.
So that didn't land, but Brian, can we hear Tom's joke of the week that crushed when he sat
Yeah.
down? At the
Let's
table?
do it.
And thank you, Tim, especially for letting us join your game dinner.
Who's hungry?
Which animal are we eating?
On the wall behind you. That's the red deer.
No jackalopes?
Okay. All right.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Well-
why people love that joke. I don't know what was funny about it, but all right, Tom.
When
Tom's
did
joke of the week.
when did AFI stop being a thing?
I was gonna say, this
Or
is a
AFH?
nice nod to AFI. Yeah, America's
Yes.
Funniest.
That's wrong. AFI
No.
is the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
That's the goth band.
AFHV.
Yes.
AF,
America's
they-
Funniest Home
Funniest
Videos.
Home
AFV.
Yeah,
AFV.
they call it AFV. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Famously,
I thought you
has
were talking
jackalope.
about the band.
Apparently I was. Davey Havoc, a big opinion on this. Yeah, the Jackalope, of course. Voiced originally by Bob Saget, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, that was the reason we kept tuning in, was to see the episodes that led up to where that jackalope ended up.
He just got into so much trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys remember the saying he used to say?
I do, but I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, you go
Fast
first.
as fast can be, you'll never catch me. Is that what he said? You remember that? I think that was when. Was Dave Coulier hosted the show too, right? Or no?
I think he did a different one, right? No, he did do that show.
Because that's him voicing the rabbit. Or
Yeah.
no, Bob Saget used to voice the rabbit. I don't know. No, I don't. Look, guys, I acted like I knew a lot about AFV, and I don't.
Yeah,
I
you
talked a
opened
big
this
game.
door.
I really, I led hard that I knew what I was talking
Yeah.
about. It's a rabbit with antlers. I know that.
Yeah.
All right, Reeves, you can keep going.
So, let's get to it here. Heather and Beverly are not working well together. Heather comes out, Beverly is working on her duck. She's like, I'm just going to cook the whole thing together. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And I'll break it down. Heather's like, that's fine. But just one thing. And this is in her words. I don't want this dish to be too Asian. And she continues to repeat that many times.
Yeah.
And
I think she literally says, I'm not, she says, I don't cook Asian. I'm not Asian.
Yeah. And it's like, no one said
And
you
then
were. Why do you
she,
keep
like-
saying that?
And then the way she's like, I cook she's like American
yeah, she does.
traditional food. She hits it real hard.
Yeah.
And she was like, my food's not boring. I cook farm to table. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're ignoring an entire continent.
Yeah.
And I love how Edward Lee is like the Jim from The Office in this, where he's just like,
Yeah. Looks at the camera, looks back, and they go, Ed, stop staring at the camera. It's like, how can I not?
I know, this is like
Calls her the B word, the talking
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
Just
I
says
was
it.
just saying. Cuts to immediately him saying that, and you're like, "Ew, now I'm not on Ed's side." Everyone.
I don't know. I'm still on Ed's side.
She
don't
kind of
worry.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Debbie
I don't know
and
if it
I
was-
have like a lust over Edward Lee in current seasons of Top Chef. So
yes,
Okay.
He does a lot of good judging. I've seen him.
he
a lot.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
do you guys think this isn't mostly editing and production? That it really, I doubt that Beverly is being like doing anything to get the reaction she has out of Heather, but like, or because like Heather's like, she has too many questions. We don't see that.
Yeah.
And she's like talking over her, blah, blah, blah. And it seems like Beverly's doing nothing.
Well, I don't want to
Yeah.
get too real, but when Beverly says that shit about being in an abusive relationship, I feel like Heather feeds off that like submissive energy, and Heather like can't handle the submissive energy and is like, she is awful, when like Beverly is just like being like the person that she is.
Heather, I think Heather is as horrible as she was portrayed. Like the way she says Asian is so racist. Like you can hear the racism like seeping out of that word. And
like, do you think she says that shit to Ty Lore when he's like, I thought this up in Thailand? No, she's not like, oh, stop
No.
being so Asian,
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
She can't dominate him, so she won't do it.
Nope.
When she was given a firm rebuke of her food in the quickfire, she was very quiet. So I think you're right about the submissive energy she's feeding off. It's like, oh, I can dominate this person. I'm just gonna do
Most
it.
bullies can't take bullying. That's why your mom says, give it back to him.
Yep.
Yeah,
It'll
we
work.
should do a spinoff where we just talk about Heather and call it Doms of Flavortown.
Ah!
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I like that.
So the next day at Tim Love's restaurant, of course, the Lonesome Dove.
Just a good old boy.
not to cut you off, but this elimination is clearly like Tim being like, "Hey, I got some friends who want to come on the show. Can I?" Like,
Just let them all come out. All my friends.
they want to
be
be
on
at the dinner. They want to meet Tom and Pat McKee.
Yeah. And Tom's like, "Can I meet them ahead of time?" He's like, No.
No.
Just they'll be there.
They'll be there. We'll pair them up with some kind of gamey meat and just call it a thing.
So this kitchen is small and it is hot back there for the
Yeah,
chef.
a lot of
So-
talk about being hot.
Yeah. So I mean, you know that all the dishes are going to be well seasoned,
Nice and
well
salty.
sweat.
Salt drops incoming.
Yeah. So
New York, baby.
it's New York.
You heard that?
Can you hear it?
Order up.
Chris Jones, I don't understand exactly what his idea was to begin
What's
with.
so he
A
says he
daisy
wants
chain of sweet potatoes? Is that what it
he
was?
wants to cook them overnight or let them soak overnight so they become something. And
Yeah.
he does something with them.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't fuck this up," and he's like, "I won't." But
He-
buddy, he
you
fucks
do.
it up.
Yeah.
If
It
there's
was
any
rough.
potato that doesn't need more moisture, it's a sweet potato.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, if you're trying to crisp up a sweet potato, it's already hardened up.
Yeah.
Right? So don't add moisture to it. If anything.
There's a lot of that this episode. People are like, I do this a million times.
Yeah. He's never
I
done
do
this
this
before.
every day.
Yeah.
So he has to pivot to sweet potato fries.
Yeah. Does he do? Is that what he? It looks like they're fries.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
is-
it's like
That's what he's
two
trying to do and
fries.
cross
Is
them
it
over
like a
as
thing?
a fence. It's supposed to be a chain link fence that he's trying to do.
But they just
it's
there's two fries over top of one another.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's-
that's a fence.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't work. Also, they deflate, and also to get a crisp on a sweet potato fry, you have to fry it probably twice, bake it twice to get the moisture out of it.
Mm.
It's not a regular fry. It's
Well,
not a regular
cornstarch
potato.
do that too. Cornstarch on.
I don't think it doesn't react the same to a sweet potato. The same
Oh.
way it does a russet.
Interesting.
Like Grayson and Chris Jones' vibe is so funny together because Grayson has that like great like kind of like high school girl just like Chris, oh my god. She just totally is so sick of his shit all the time, you know.
She also has like the perfect like 2011 like hairspray curly like
Uh-huh.
hair. Like that's like the look like everyone having then.
Yep.
It's great.
I
It
remember
really
thinking
is
she
a
was
moment.
so hot on this season.
Yeah,
just
totally.
like, oh my god, I want to beat her so bad. Like she was the,
She's very cool.
the
Yeah.
it girl. Yeah.
So Beverly is trying Heather's pickled cherries that has some onions in it, and Beverly says, "I don't like the onions." And Heather says, "This is my style, and people have to compromise.
This is my rustic style.
Onions
Yeah.
are my style, and people. Yeah, and when you're in a relationship, you have to compromise with me."
Yeah. I don't have to compromise. You do.
Meet me in the middle, which is on my side.
Yeah.
It just seemed like they did her meal.
Yeah.
And at the end, she
Mhm.
said, "We didn't do my meal."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Didn't
but
look Asian
yeah.
on the plate from what if
Not
I
at
think of a
all.
traditionally Asian meal on a plate.
Yeah.
It looked rustic American.
Mhm.
You know what she's mad about is that the duck wasn't cooked rustic American.
Mm.
But she was literally over Beverly's shoulder telling her how to cook it. So if it
Yeah.
fucked up, that's on you. Like
Yep.
you were literally like, no, leave it there. Don't turn it. Leave it there. Don't touch
Yeah.
it. And it fucked up. That's you.
But it's
Mhm.
actually Beverly's fault because of the last challenge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's
That's
right.
what we
Yeah.
find out. That's what we find out.
Bringing up the last challenge is funny. Literally saying like there's 13 of us. Like it's like, come on, that was last week.
And nobody went home. I mean, nobody there went home. So whatever.
Crazy.
So
Awful. If I think if I were Beverly, I'd be like, send us home. I want to go home just to get her out of here.
Yeah.
I'm petty. I'm gonna tank this shit to get you home.
But Heather tried to do that even, and it didn't
She
even
did.
work.
Yeah.
Well, because the producers are like, oh, we can't get this can't go away. This is the season.
Yeah. This is all we got going right
This,
now.
this is the show. It can't be Chris Jones. Fucking sucks. Everyone else is boring. There's the
Yeah.
Mexican girl over there.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
So Dakota did a venison rack, and it is way undercooked. They cut into that, and that thing is purple.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
not look good.
I think one of the judges even said it's a bit too blue for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Gross.
my venison blue, but not that blue.
Mm.
Just light
Mhm.
blue.
Did it? It looked real gross on the outside too.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
it's supposed to look like? It looked like she burnt it. Is
Yeah.
that normal?
It's not supposed to be burnt looking on the outside
Yeah.
when you cook venison.
It looked like it was burnt.
Well, as you said, she's done it thousands of times. So.
She never stops cooking venison. I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
never done
I
this.
I would have loved her to be like, I don't understand. I cooked this for breakfast. Why is it? not cooked yet?"
You guys were there, right? You guys had
You
it.
guys-
My
you
venison
guys
was
had
good,
it.
right?
It was cooked. Like I don't get what's going on.
So Sarah is absolutely losing it over her sausage. She pulls it out and
Looks like a potato.
it looks like
Yeah.
a potato. And she's like, I'm doing this again. And it really kind of breaks her.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we get back and she kind of has a little bit of a moment about how she was like, this is just the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm having a hard moment. She tears up about it. Beverly says, it's okay to cry. That's, people can be emotional.
We all
Heather's
react to stress in
pissed
different
about
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay to cry all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up.
And it's funny because, well, I don't want to give away your next episode, but like, you know, the next episode is when Sarah like starts going in on Beverly.
Yeah, she gets it on it too.
Yeah.
They both like mean girl her.
Yeah.
They're both terrible.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for that. I remember at some point they are both very mean to her.
Yeah.
And Sarah makes it to the finals. So that's what you should know. Be mean to people if you want to succeed.
So
I
true.
mean,
so true.
Let's talk about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that all
we're
you want to
living
talk
it,
about?
right? I'm not going to say anything, but you know.
They go right to judges table here. And so Ed and Ty Lore win for their quail with pickled cherries and eggplant.
And so they say, go to the back and have
and then they have to
very
split 10
uncomfortable
grand.
conversation.
Yeah.
Well, they split 10 grand after taxes, finance charge, and delivery fees. Yes.
$7,200 maybe between the both of them.
Yeah.
That's better than
At least Ed is in Louisville at the time. Like it stretches a little further. And,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God,
He's living like a king.
Yeah.
You get $36.50 in Louisville. Oh baby,
Yeah.
freaking king of the place.
Yeah. Tax
You catch me in fucking horse races, son.
There you go.
Running the place. I'm the king of this city.
There's people right now living off last year's tax return.
Yeah.
My sister lives there. She's poor like me, and she lives like a damn king.
Yeah.
She's always at the horse races.
Constantly.
So many horse races.
She's at the horse races every year.
So
Big hat. Beautiful hat. Got those
she bets on
brass
those
cups.
horse races. Yeah.
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 Got those copper cups. That's a king's cup. It's gold.
So they head back to the kitchen, and now there's an awkward moment of, I guess, they vote to decide who the two teams are that have to go back that are on the bottom. Though
Heather doesn't want to vote.
Yeah, Heather says, I've never voted in my life. I'm not going to vote now. Why
That's a
start
good
now?
take.
She's
That's a
like,
good
I don't
take.
like politics. I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Heather and Grayson get at it. You can tell Grayson does not like Heather either. Grayson.
Oh, yeah.
Heather just seems to have a problem with everyone. Like she just kind of goes at everyone other than Tylor. So they do a vote and they send it in based on the vote, and it's the duck and the venison. So Heather and Bev and Dakota and Naisha have to go back.
And Chris Jones and Grayson.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What did they do? The squab?
And Chris Jones is like, really, us?
And then they show
I
them
made it work.
fries. Like,
Yeah.
My sweet potatoes were amazing. There's a chain link fence. They understand the concept. He's trying to do like elevated food he doesn't understand is not elevated at all.
Tom.
And this is when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Should we just go ahead and go into the clip?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we want to play the clip, sure.
You know, another 5 or 8 minutes of rendering.
I thought the duck, although the skin wasn't crispy enough, it was very tender.
And it felt not so much like a finished dish, but a collection of ingredients.
We also don't really, like, even throughout this entire competition, we have not seen eye to eye.
I like that we eat it.
I do. I think our work ethics are completely different. I do. Especially in the last challenge. In the last challenge, you really had shrimp. That's really what you focused on for 2 days.
Wow, that just really hits me because I have a really strong work ethic. And that's 400 shrimp to peel, devein perfectly. She helped me peel them at the very end, but I didn't ask you to.
No, your teammate did.
I'm not liking this conversation. I think she is an extremely hardworking, strong cook. I mean, she kicks butt in the kitchen. Because everybody doesn't see eye to eye, that happens in everyday life.
So how did this manifest itself today? You didn't trust her?
She doesn't trust herself. Sometimes you don't have enough self-confidence to push through and get the results.
Wild.
So give me some specifics. What happened today? Like the whole you being mean to her? Did you do anything mean to her today too? Yeah. So that was pretty rough. I do like that she's like, we have different perspectives, and Beverly's like, no, I think we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. What a weird thing to disagree on.
It's just like, we hate each other. Like, I like you.
I actually like you. Well, one person hates you. So yeah, I mean, they go back and Grayson calls out Heather for throwing Beverly under the bus. Everyone seems to be reacting to Heather as if she's the person who is unusual here. And Heather is like, no one is speaking up. We all feel this way about Beverly, right? We all hate Beverly so much. Yeah. And everyone is just kind of like staring at her like she is having a breakdown of some kind. So back at the judges' table, Tom says, hey, the three teams that are back here were exactly the right teams. I hated all three of them.
Yeah.
They were terrible. He kept saying that it was like boring or plain. There was no imagination or point of view to it. So in the end, Dakota and Nyesha are eliminated.
Dakota, Nyesha, please pack your knives and go. I'm sorry. It's good. That'll be all.
I'm really upset with myself for not taking more control.
Don't even cry.
Nyesha was awesome. She followed up on everything that she said she was going to do, and I didn't.
The game challenge, and they really, really undercooked the medicine.
Thanks, Tom.
No. She should not be going home. That's all I gotta say. It's a stupid thing of not being able to cook medicine that I've cooked a million times.
And then I gotta take Nyesha down with me, and that sucks.
I'm frustrated that I cannot continue to compete when I know that there's cooks in there that have nothing on me.
I feel like I'm gonna go home, and I've disappointed so many people, including myself.
So, where are they now? Dakota has Capitol Coal Neighborhood Eatery in New Mexico. She has a series of restaurants in New Mexico. A lot of Southwestern and Japanese fusion type restaurants. She also has a link to a website that works.
Yeah,
so I'm very proud of her for that.
Yeah, good job.
And then Nyesha is like all over the place. She was like a judge on Next Level Chef. She was on Chef Hunter. She was on a bunch of stuff. She has a TED Talk, in case you're interested, on her website. I haven't watched it yet, but she has one. She also has a restaurant called Native, which I think is inside LAX.
Oh,
the actual airport. So,
wow.
If you're ever flying into LA or out of LA and you're flying Delta in Terminal 3 beside gate 33A, you can go to her restaurant.
You know where to go.
I love that
I know
gate.
where it
I
is.
love that gate.
Me too. I know. I'm always flying out of there. There you go.
Well, Moms of Flavortown, thank you for coming on. Do you have any plugs that you want to give?
Follow us on Instagram at Moms of Flavortown. We do memes. We're very funny. And we have new episodes of Moms of Flavortown on all platforms that come out on Wednesdays generally. We're currently doing interviews, and we'll have TOC coming up in February recaps. And we should have you guys come on to do brackets when the TOC brackets come out. Would you guys be interested in that?
We love
brackets.
Awesome.
I love a bracket.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also hope that your audience will send me hate mail. I've been asking for this on our pod, and we've had some bad medium reviews, but nobody's actually told us why we're as terrible as they marked us.
Okay, our reviews are very good. People love us. Our fans love us. But Debbie specifically is always asking for some humiliation kink hate mail to be sent to her. And send it directly to Debbie, not to me, because I don't want to see it. Tell me that's great.
That reminds me of a co-host of this podcast.
Have you all looked at our reviews?
Yes.
People give us bad reviews.
Yeah.
And they tell us why they don't like us.
They always say that, like you said, that there's too long before they talk about Top Chef, and that's what you guys said, right? But I like listening to preambles of podcasts personally.
Great. We're doing it forever
you.
now. We're never getting rid of it. You hear this, fans? We're
If you
never
could leave
stopping.
that review for us, that would be big for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. We'll review you guys if you guys leave us a review. Say.
Do you want us to leave you bad stuff then?
No.
Debbie? Do you want us to roast you?
No. You send me the mail
in the
Okay.
DMs.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I leave you a 5 and talk shit in that?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
perfect.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We'll do that. We'll give you 3 5-star bad reviews.
Don't let Jamal review you. He's vicious in his reviews.
Yeah. If you're
like,
weird in a customer service interaction, it's like you're gonna get buried.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so we've agreed that we're going to combine forces and take down Eric Ajapong and pack your knives.
Yeah.
So to them, I say game on, motherfuckers.
Game on, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that would have
good
been
luck.
amazing if you were playing the outro music right there, and then you said that. That would have been a perfect tie.
I thought
That would have
you
been
were
really
doing.
cool.
Yeah.
No, I was
Great.
clicking around on my other browser.
As the producer of the
Looking
show
for
who
shit.
has those things available, that would
Well, I
have been
also
a
wanted to
perfect
talk
ending.
about it's because you wrote in your little notes, your little notes that that the moms have a similar outro to us.
Yeah, I was listening to the podcast recently, and I noticed at the end of your podcast you say, "We'll pack our knives and go."
Yeah, we say it's time to pack our knives and go.
Oh, it's that little.
That's
Yeah.
very smart.
Ding, ding,
So
ding,
let's-
ding,
I
ding,
guess that
ding.
is-
Yeah.
Yes, that's different.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's different, and
Yes.
that's all I was worried about. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 people shouldn't be ripping off the same call sign to put
Yeah.
out. So, until next week, we will pack our knives and go.
This was fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.